just looking at the pitching, it's been tremendous. I mean, obviously they're leading the league in ERA, a 1.72 team ERA, which just reading that out loud and saying those words, I don't care if it's 10 games. I don't care if it's 5 games. Having an ERA well below 2 as a team is incredible. And the bullpen is even better. I believe it's 1.15 for the bullpen. Just really good seeing everybody contribute. Even a guy like, Danny Young, who got off to that rough start right out at the outset of the season, throws a scoreless inning on Monday against Miami. And, AJ Minter gets touched up a little bit at the beginning. Now he's missing bats and kind of looking like AJ Minter is expected to. Edwin Diaz, electric. I mean, he's up into the upper 90s the way you want him to be. The slider looks vicious. I truly believe, and when we did our season preview, I was hot on the bullpen. I really think this could be one of the best units in all of Major League Baseball, and they don't even have Dead Neil Nunez back yet.
It's crazy because each starter now has gone through, has started 2 games each, and not a single one has an ERA at 3 or above. And keep in mind, the Mets are waiting for 2 of their, top 3 to 4 pitchers to come back in Sean Manaea and Frankie Montas. So the 2 guys on the back end and Griffin, and a guy like Griffin Canning and Tyler McGill, who McGill's been classic early season McGill. You get 5 innings, but man, are they lights out. So I think that's been really, really promising because, and yes, the weather is playing to the pitching right now. It feels like, as we've seen that kind of effect on the Mets. Basically, every reliever has had 4 appearances besides Stanek, who's had 3. Stanek hasn't given up a run in any of those. Like you said, Joe, Minter's bounced back well. Even Danny Young has bounced back well. Brazoban and Kranick, I know it's just 8 total appearances between the 2 of no earned runs right now. It's over 14 innings. Joe, to me, it's the location, control, confidence. I don't really have a ton of concerns with Kranick from a confidence level because we just haven't seen enough of him. But although there could be some extra pressure when you're pitching for the team you grew up rooting for, and it's kind of become a storyline, and David Wright texting him, which is really cool. Brazoban, that's the guy where you look at it and go, man, we were so excited when they got this guy last year, and he was kind of thrown into the fire, and it was a sink or swim, and he really struggled. And now he looks exactly like the guy that pitched for the Marlins in the first half of last year. And why that's so important is you feel good about what Edwin Diaz can do for you in the 9th inning. You feel really good about what Minter and Buteau could do for you. And by the way, it's the surprise of the season so far. Jose Buteau is the pronunciation. I mean, you know what those guys can do for you in high leverage spots, Joe. But if you have 6th inning guys that can even pitch multiple innings, or 5th inning guys in Brazoban and Kranick, that length in the bullpen can truly be the difference of good pitching on a team, average pitching on a team, and elite pitching for a team.
It's massive, especially early in the season when just naturally starters are not going to go as deep in games. Kodai Senga's been limited to just under 80 pitches, and they're trying to keep these guys in the 5-inning range right now as they build up. And as the summer progresses, you'll get to the 100 pitches, 105 pitches, and guys will pitch deeper in the game. So especially now, it's important to have those true middle relievers is what we're going to call them. And when you see a guy like Brazoban and a guy like Kranick, who really were the last 2 guys to make this roster, and they have over 14 shutout innings between them. And what's big for Brazoban for me is you mentioned the word confidence. When Brazoban was coming into games after the Mets acquired him, in August and in September, he looked like a deer in headlights that was afraid of what he was about to do and didn't know where the baseball is necessarily going out of his hand. He looks much more confident. His control and command has been better. His stuff is even ticked up a little bit. The sinker is up to 98 miles an hour. And on the Max Kranick side of things, he's retired 21 of the 22 batters that he's faced. He's the real deal as a reliever. And I know I get tweeted after every single relief outing, Connor, well, why aren't we starting Max Kranick? He's just better as a reliever. And some people are. This is his role. And I think he's going to be a major factor for this Mets bullpen this year. And it's just very good to see bullpens, as they can be fickle throughout the season, get off to this kind of start.